no, you can't come in because you need to buy our AI add-ons. They tax you. 0.0 carats. I don't know, man. It's nothing. So if you see my screen, ServiceNow seems to try to end agentic enterprise wars with this move. So you see here where it says identity type, where you have, for example, user type. It says human, machine, or AI agent. This sys user or system user table now includes AI agents, which effectively gives them full-time employee status. Now, this guy, Rahul Kayala, argues that this is a killer for enterprises. Here's what I mean by that. So maybe you know ServiceNow as an ITSM platform, mostly, but they do the kind of Swiss knife of CRMs. You can customize it to do just about anything. It's just that it's so complicated to customize everything. And then you have a lot of customized stuff that you can't really juggle around because you need to have those people that made the customization in the first place. But what ServiceNow is doing is trying to be ahead of the curve. So they're trying to architect their platform to anticipate the growing span of AI agents, that is. So they're betting that AI agents will handle most processes in a business, and they might be correct. So in this move, AI agents get native accounts and permissions, and they can orchestrate all the workflows in a business through ServiceNow, of course. Now, what is the competition doing in the CRM sphere? Well, Salesforce, known as the Juggernaut, seems to be cutting access to their API for Slack. So Slack is one of the products that they bought, and they seem to be cutting it off because people are apparently using it to connect it to their AI agents. So they just want to wall off everybody so you get to use their siloed AI agents. So they're built-in AI agents so they can charge you for it. And now, one of our favorites, Zendesk. We are Zendesk partners, myself as Zendesk consultant, 12 years of experience. How does Zendesk handle this? Well, they're walling themselves off as well. They're trying to make you buy their AI agents. You do have the ability in Zendesk to use the API for non-live support, which is email, forms, and API requests. You can use the API to connect to some AI agents within the limit that they give you of API calls per minute, depending on your plan. But for live support, like the messaging API, which includes live chats, social media chats like WhatsApp and Facebook, Instagram, for these ones, you don't get access to the API directly to connect to an AI agent. Just no, you can't come in because you need to buy our AI add-ons, which are good, but nevertheless very expensive. Now, there are workarounds. You can have access to the messaging API, but of course you have to pay for every interaction, which kind of makes sense. So they are allowing you, just they tax you. But ServiceNow seems to be leaning away from this, and let's see if it works. Now, interestingly, historically, we've seen this before. So how did this go down? Well, it seems that companies that lean into disruption are usually successful on the other end, and the ones that hold for dear life are the ones that go extinct. Examples of well-known disruptors: Netflix, right? They disrupted the DVD industry and streamed everything, and they bet everything on streaming, and this is becoming a thing. And well, lo and behold, it has become. And then Amazon, the disruption was the Kindle and of course bookstores, and they bet big that everybody will buy online and read online. So yeah, what more can you say? Even Apple is a disruptor. So their bet was the iPad. Now, this cannibalized their MacBook and their iPod sales, but the product in the end, the iPad, differentiated itself into something new, which is, people use it for a variety of reasons. But nevertheless, it seemed very counterintuitive to launch a product to compete against your other products. So now let's look at the other coin where companies held on to dear life and that didn't go so well. Kodak, remember? If you're a millennial and older, you know it. Anybody else? I'm sorry, but anyway, you'll maybe find out in the museum. I don't know. They stuck to film photography, and then that ended up not being a thing because everybody switched to digital. Blockbuster. So these guys kept holding on to their video rental thing, and they went bankrupt. And I think they just have one more store that is just like a museum. You can go and see how they used to do it in the ancient times before Netflix. So yeah, that didn't go so well. And then another one, Polaroids, holding on for dear life and, having the ability to have instant photos, that you could see. It still exists, but, it has a market share of 0.0 carats. I don't know, man. It's nothing. All right, so now coming back to the topic of our modern day debate about using AI agents. So platforms, whenever they're going to deploy hundreds of these, some of them to do support, some of them to do sales, some of them to do scoping, some of them to do blah, blah, blah. These agents will need a unified platform. You can't just have a few agents there and a few agents here and, keep everything so scattered. It won't make sense. So you'll have to have everything under one roof to manage those effectively. Well, whenever that day comes, ServiceNow might be that platform for you to do just that, to manage all your AI agents in one place. ServiceNow is betting that transaction volume will dwarf license revenue. So in essence, they will give up selling you licenses. You can just buy one, but then you have to pay for all the transactions that you do with your AI agents. Like a very small fee, but that adds up in, hundreds and thousands of transactions a day or per week. I don't know. Depends on your volume. But this is the bet. I don't know if this is going to succeed or not. It's a big bet, and I'm not sure if it's going to pan out. What do you think? Is it going to be big? Is it going to actually lean in towards this kind of model where you just bill on transactions? I certainly think so, and it looks like it's the future. I see this in our consultancy business. It's not a quick transition, but slowly but surely it's going to get there. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.